On September 7, 1533, Elizabeth Tudor was born to parents King Henry VIII and her mother Anne Boleyn. She had one sister named Mary, also known later in life as Bloody Mary. Her father's marriage to her mother lasted only a short while because Anne was unable to grant Henry with a son to follow in his footsteps. Anne, who some say was falsely convicted, was charged with incest and adultery and was executed on May 19, 1536. Her father dies January 28th at the age of 55. Who now holds the crown? The crown was given for a short period of time to Prince Edward at the young age of 9. Finally, on October 30th, 1553, Mary I is able to take the throne. Shortly after, on July 25th, 1554, Mary I marries King Philip II from Spain, and it all begins here. Mary, after a while of ruling the throne and finally restoring the Roman Catholic faith in England, started to become sick with a disease that they assumed to be cancer. Mary was very worried that Elizabeth would succeed her and made it Philip's duty to not let the English throne fall into French hands. Mary died on November 17, 1558, and Elizabeth indeed took the throne on January 15, 1559. Parliament began worrying about a husband to best suit Elizabeth. Elizabeth did have many suitors asking for her hand, but she felt it was unnecessary to rule with a man by her side, as she said in her famous quote, "I know I have the body of a weak and feeble woman, but I have the heart and soul of a king, and a king of England too." With all that she stood by, rumors had begun of relations with King Philip II. It was even said Philip proposed to Elizabeth, in which she denied. The relations came and went due to their differences in religion and politics, but mainly the heartbreak of Philip's rejection. In 1568, Elizabeth sent in pirates to seize the treasure of a Spanish fleet. By early 1588, Elizabeth and Philip were strong enemies. Philip began plans of dethroning Elizabeth and claiming the English throne. Philip began planning what he liked to call his invincible armada. Philip's purpose? Plans for Philip's invasion began early summer of 1559. They told of a Spanish fleet with 130 ships, 2,500 guns, and 27,000 soldiers that would sail up from Spain along the English Channel and meet with the forces from the Duke of Parma. They believed this force would overwhelm the English and that England would be conquered and the Queen captured. This preparation took Philip over 2 years. The Armada set sail and left Lisbon on May 20, 1588. Little did Spain know that the English were waiting. As soon as the ships made their way, the fighting began. Where was Elizabeth? The great and powerful monarch would waste no time sitting in a guarded palace twiddling her thumbs. As a true warrior she was, Elizabeth made her way to Tilbury, where she made her most famous speech of all.
My loving people, we have been persuaded by some that are careful of our safety to take care how we walk among armed multitudes. But I assure you, I do not desire to live to distrust my faithful and loving people. Let tyrants fear. I have always so behaved myself that under God I have placed my chiefest strength and safeguard in the loyal hearts and goodwill of all my subjects. I am come among you, as you see at this time, not for my disport or recreation, but resolved in the midst and the heat of the battle to live or die among you all, to lay down for my God, for my kingdom, and for my people, my honor and my blood. Even in the dust.
The Armada was spotted sailing up the English Channel and attacked by the English force led by Sir Francis Drake. Drake and his army barely made even a dent in the Armada as they continued sailing up the channel. The English attacked again, but they were fought off by the Spanish. The Spanish are now outnumbered 10 to 1. The English saw a move and made it, blocking off any way the Armada had of making it back down the English Channel. After 20 years of Cold War, Spain finally had its last string of bad luck. It hit one of the worst storms, and the Armada harbored in Galway, and the soldiers who went to the shore were attacked and killed. It was all over for Spain. Only 67 of 130 ships returned to Spain at a 50% loss rate and over 2,000 sailors and soldiers killed. Elizabeth headed back with her pride, a loss of only 100 men in battle, and a victory that meant the world. For it's not every day a woman wins in battle, much less a battle against her former brother-in-law.